everyone. Welcome to another episode of Mom and Me Live. I'm Denise.
And I'm Leon.
And I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Woodstock, Ontario.
And I'm her assistant, I think.
Extraordinaire.
Okay, all right. Okay, that sounds good. I like that.
Oh, okay, good. So it is lovely weather out. I can't complain.
A little chilly, but
Oh.
not bad. She's got my air conditioning on tonight.
Is it chilly for you right now?
No.
No. It's
Right
still
now.
it's 23.5 degrees in here. If anyone's thinking it's chilly, it's not chilly in here.
Okay.
Actually, if it's too loud, make sure you guys comment below if we can hear that fan going too much. Then we will not do air conditioning when we're shooting live. So we shall see, right? Okay. Oh, one person is now. Let's see. This is. So we are yet again trying. Nope, I cannot. Oh, maybe. There we go. All right. I can see if anyone chats as well. I should be able to in the in this screen here. So okay, I can hear you, no problem. Oh yes, yay! All right,
That's got to be a first. Okay?
it's a first. So last week, thank you to all those who joined and watched either live or watched our replay. So as you know, if you leave us a comment, that's all you have to do is leave us a comment below that video in our Crafty Cave Facebook group or in the YouTube chat. I should check the YouTube chat too and see if there's anything there. So because we go live on YouTube, Denise Donald, that's my channel on YouTube, and we go live in the Crafty Cave Facebook group at the same time, thanks to some software. So if we are going to draw, Mom's got the container, and this week the prize is some adhesive backed solid gems. So we draw one name from those who left us a comment. So be sure to leave us a comment below, like I hear you, no problem, and you get a draw for next week. Oh, I gotta make sure you can't. You're not closed. My eyes are closed.
Okay.
All right, and we are soon. Who actually has a birthday coming up this week, so that's kind of perfect.
That's kind of good.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Sue.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching. Thank you everybody for watching and commenting. So this week we have a plan.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good for us.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good for us.
Yeah.
It really is. We're not just chatting. We're
No.
making a card tonight. And we have a plan for future. So, as some of you know, as a demonstrator, we have a team. Some people like to buy the starter kit and join underneath me, and I just really appreciate that. And part of our team, we have a team meeting monthly, and last month we did a challenge of casing the catalog. Very cool. So what does that mean? Case, for Stampin' Up! If you're not in the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator world and don't know that lingo, you may have heard it somewhere else, but case stands for copy and share everything. So, and look, Sue and Karen were very nice and put plastic covers and bound my catalog for me so it'll last longer, because mine goes through quite a beating. So how we did that was you could pick any one of the pictures, because the catalog isn't just a products. It is products that you can buy, but they're also ideas, which is really cool. So I decided and put out the challenge out there so you can all join us too, that this catalog, which lasts until April 2024, we're going to case several of the cards through the catalog. Now, I thought about doing in chronological order, like from the start of the catalog to the end of the catalog, but the catalog doesn't go in order of occasions. So we are gonna jump here, we're gonna do a card here, a card there. And last week we did say that we were going to focus more on masculine cards coming up because with
It's
Father's Day coming.
Yeah.
And just to, honor the men in our life, even if they're not fathers. And so, one of the cool things about being a demonstrator is you get access to a special website, and on that website, you have access to a digital copy of the catalog, just like you do as a customer. But in addition to the digital access to the catalog, you also get the pages that you can get the recipes for the cards in the catalog. So, for example, on the front cover here, it will tell you the recipe will tell you what colors of cardstock, what colors of inks were used to make this project. It doesn't tell you how to make it. So that's where your demonstrator comes in, is that we can help and figure out how to make the card if you like the card. And as a demonstrator, we can tell you what supplies you will need to purchase in order to make that card, or similar products that you would need to have on hand to make a similar card. You don't have to copy it exactly as is. So, all right.
Sounds good so far.
Might be a little bit complicated, but I think you'll see as we go along. So I wanted to really walk you through this, and I got a couple of really good tips for you tonight too. So stay tuned, stay with us, and we will go over those tips. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
You got any good news this week? Any happy news?
Well, not. I went to a parade on the weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that was quite nice.
Yes.
Yeah, they had quite a few bands this year. Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my daughter was saying they were giving candy away along the street.
They didn't
No.
throw any candy. I guess that's it.
And I think that's what she went for. So she was kind of disappointed. But anyway.
Yeah, I think that, maybe we should put a Stampin' Up! Float in next year. We should throw candy. What do you say, girls? Let's do the parade next year.
Oh, dear.
I will say, too, that one of the funny things about the parade, there was a gentleman who is leading one of the bands, and I think they're the Shriners, maybe, or I'm not sure. They wear the shoes with the
Like they got a
sharp-
spring on them.
like
or
they look
something.
like genies,
Yeah.
shoes. Anyways, this gentleman, I think he forgot his shirt. He was just wearing the vest and he wasn't wearing his shirt. And I think maybe he's very confident in how he looks. But my brother suggested that he was a genie that perhaps could no longer fit in the bottle, if you get what we mean. Couldn't go back in the bottle.
Yeah, right. That wasn't very nice.
No, my brother's mean.
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
Oh my gosh, she's finally admitting he's mean. Oh, I'm glad that this is recorded,
Oh, I'm afraid I'm in trouble again.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I'm definitely showing
that's
him.
my second name anyway, so it's trouble. Yeah.
Trouble.
Yeah.
I
seem to find it.
Well, we're going to turn the camera down for a minute and I'm going to take you through. So, like I said, with the recipe, I'm able to turn to the recipe page. I printed these. It's and then I bound them with a binder just to make this book so we have it for reference. But they are digitally on the computer. So for all you computer wizards out there who prefer things just to be on the computer and not on paper, it's all on the computer. If you're a demonstrator, join my team. Or you can just contact me and I'll tell you what's in those cards. So it gives you the recipe. I'm going to turn the camera down and I'm going to show you all the things that it said that we would need to make this card. Okay. So let me just turn you down take you for a little ride for a second. I'm hoping that I'm not going to take you. Oh, I dropped one of the leaves. Hold on one second.
She's using the cards.
I'm losing the parts. Okay, I'm gonna very carefully do this. Lefty, righty, lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. No, that's not it. I need this to bend. Okay. I think that I have to look underneath. I think that you can see this. No problem. And hopefully you can still hear me. So here we go. The recipe said that we would need to use the Playing in the Rain stamp set. Oh, so this is the Playing in the Rain stamp set. I am really going to, okay, hopefully that's what you're seeing. Playing in the Rain stamp set. Okay. And then it said, so we have this stamp set. And what's really cool about these stamp sets are that in the catalog, it also tells you if you, this particular stamp set is on page, this card is on page 61 of the catalog. And so if you have the catalog and you flip to it, you'll see on page 61, page 60 is where the stamp set is. And it tells you that the blocks that you would need are B, C, D, and E. So in order to when you're going somewhere and making it very easy, you know that you need B, C, D, and somewhere is E. I already have the one stamp on it, but one of the ones stamps that we need. So you need B, C, D, E. So it's very cool that the catalog, and then usually what I do is, so I don't have to refer back to the catalog, is I will take a pen and I will pull out this sleeve. That's what I mean. I've got some good tips for you tonight. And I will write right at the bottom of here, blocks B, C, D, E, so that I know. It's one of those things that I put in the Stampin' Up! Suggestion box. I'm hoping maybe someday they just add it straight to the stamp set too. So that's handy. So that is the stamp set we need. Those are the blocks that we're going to need. This is not a photopolymer stamp, so we don't need a foam mat, but if it was photopolymer, a foam mat would be helpful. We just need a nice hard surface, so I have my glass mat with my pretty paper on top, so I can use that to stamp. Then it tells us that we're going to need some basic white cardstock and the Fresh as a Daisy paper. So the fresh, and it says DSP. D for Denise, S for Sam, and P for paper. So in Stampin' Up's world, DSP is Designer Series paper, or in other words, patterned paper. So this is a very pretty set. Like I said, it is called the Fresh as a Daisy. And you get this lovely sheet of, 2 sheets of this paper, and it is double-sided, and 2 sheets of the other papers in this paper. But when we looked at the catalog, it was very easy to see that they used this piece of paper. Hopefully I'm doing it right here so you can see this piece of paper for the card. So I was able to take that second sheet of paper and just cut out that one piece that we need for the card. So put the fresh as a daisy aside, but we needed white and we need this. Okay. Then the recipe told us that we are going to need some boho blue cardstock. And I could see that from the picture we need it as the base. So it's a half a sheet of boho blue cardstock. That's 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. So one of the other things you would need that's not in the recipe is a paper trimmer. Right? So that paper trimmer is what I use to cut this paper and this paper out. Then it tells us that you would need a memento or a black ink pad. I'm using the memento black. It's one of my favorites and it's great for coloring. And it tells us we would need the Old Olive Stampin' Blends. So our blends come in light and dark. Okay, so they come as a set. That is the Old Olive blends. It tells us that we will need the blends medium deep and the blends medium light combo. So as you can see, if you remember when we did this a long time ago, or if you haven't seen this before, it does tell you on here SU 300 and it does tell you that it's medium deep, but we use some labels to make this nice and bigger so that when you're grabbing it, it's much easier. So these are just, office supply labels that I've just labeled my markers bigger so I could see. So it tells us that I'm going to need the medium deep, which comes again in the light. Medium deep comes 300 and 400, and medium light comes 800 and 700. And mine is here somewhere, but I'm not sure where that went. We're not going to hesitate on that for a moment. Then it tells us that we need mini glue dots. You're probably familiar with the black package. I still just have some of my old glue dots. Stampin' Up though, best glue dots. Stampin' Dimensionals. So these are dimensionals that pop up cards. Some people just call them pop-ups. And it says that we need a Stampin' Seal, but you can, since this is adhesive we use for paper, I of course like my liquid. Some people don't like the liquid glue. Some people like the tape runner, or they call it, Stampin' Up calls, there's a seal. I've seen them called different things. So you need an adhesive of your choice that adheres to paper. Okay, and we're almost done. And then of course the coordinating Playing in the Rain dies. These dies coordinate with this set. Okay. Sorry, I took it from my mom. She was playing with this. There you go. You can have it back. So,
right, madam?
so of course, when it says we need dies, the recipe list doesn't tell us. But as we definitely need a machine, right? Either a Big Shot or a die cut machine of some type. We have two sizes with Stampin' Up. We have a big die cut machine, cut and emboss machine, and we have this small cut and emboss machine, which this does, both of them fold up, which is, sorry about the noise, very cool. So one other great tip that I have for you is when I was going to be coming, or when you're going to be going to a class, I knew I was going to be using the Playing in the Rain dies, but I was like, oh, do I need the big machine or can I carry the small machine tonight? And again, our catalog tells us, so I will actually mark this on here as well. If we refer to the die set in the catalog, and the dies you would find on page, find them quick, page 165, the dies. So it gives you the description of the dies, tells you the number, code, and $48 if you want to order them. The code to give to your demonstrator tells you get 15 dies, and it tells you the largest die is 2 and 11/16 inch by 2 and 13/16 inch. So you might think, well, why do I need to know that information? Well, in a case like tonight when I was going somewhere, I know that the width of the opening here is slightly more than 3 inches. So since the biggest die is 2 and 13/16 inch, which is slightly less than 3 inches, I knew all these dies would fit through the small machine. So it was very handy. I just had to bring the small Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine with me. So that's another great tip for finding things. And so, and then one last thing the recipe tells us, that's the plates further, the recipe tells us is that, so out of this die set we cut a bridge, and we cut some, I think I saw them on my lap here, we cut 5 of these little tree, little grass, seaweed bushes. We cut 5 of those for the card and the bridge, and it tells us that the fence is colored with 300 SU 300. So what a great little recipe for that. So I would take my scrap paper. Again, I'm really hoping I'll find out afterwards how well this show. This is one other thing I need, is to be able to have 2 cameras so I can see that you're seeing. Take my SU 300. The blends have 2 different ends. They have a more like a writing tip end, and they have a artist brush end. And I'm just gonna really quickly just color that bridge. The Stampin' Blends, they color very, very quickly. So I'm not pressing hard on my tip either, because you don't want to ruin the tip. I'm actually kind of using the side of the tip rather than like pointing straight down and coloring straight down. And obviously I have a bit of scrap paper under my grid paper underneath, because I don't want to, I'm, not exactly taking my time and staying within the lines of the fence, because I don't need to. All right, and with blends, I could take, that's a 300, so I could take the, a little bit of this one and blend some extra color into there if I wanted to. But for the sake of this demonstration, it actually looks pretty good. So we've got our bridge and the little grass pieces that they told us you're going to color them with the Old Olive. And so you always start with the lighter shade first. So this is the light Old Olive, and again, it's pretty quick. Look how quickly that gets colored. And I'm going to go in with my dark. Now I could do 2 different ways. I can go in with the artist end and give it a real dark push through here. Or I could use the other end, and you'll see this one I got a very different, I'm going to put it here. You're going to see it better. Sorry. Let's try there and there. Now let's try holding it up. You're going to see very different coloring with the same markers. Okay, so we're going to color in 5 of them, And then finally, the recipe just told us one last thing, which was that the fox was colored in with 400 and 800. So 400 and 800. So for this, I would refer to my catalog to get an idea what that colored picture looks like again, page 61. So I can see what other colors the fox was colored in. I can see they used the old olive for the hat and the shirt. I see they used the light color, so the 800 on the snout and the tip of the tail, and the dark on the rest of the fox. We're gonna color him in. It does not take long at all to color him in. Easy for me to remember. The tip of the tail was light and the snout was light. Oh, I gotta turn that around to see it. Okay. All right. Okay, and then we're gonna color the rest of the tail and I want the artist end. The artist end definitely goes a little bit faster. It's very much softer. And I'll just try and stay within my lines. I need my grandkids to color for me.
Well, we'll mark you at the end of
You're
the
gonna
night.
mark me at the end of the night? Oh
Yeah.
no. Uh-oh.
So stay in those
Stay
lines.
in the lines. Oh my gosh, his hands are so cute. He's got these little paws. So adorable. Oh, and then we're gonna get his little ears here. He's just so cute. So I think he's definitely, this is a great card for masculine. There's a little dapper fox there. And we're going to color his coat and his hat. So again, we start with the light blends first. And I need a new old olive because unfortunately the tip of this one, I don't know, you probably can't tell, but the tip of this one has gotten damaged. That's just, that's a good sign that my supplies are being used and they're not being wasted on my shelf. So I'd rather have to throw something out because of overuse than because it dried up because I didn't use it at all. So break out those supplies, everyone, and use them up because you might as well use them and enjoy them. I'm just going in with a little bit of dark here, and then you go back in with the light in a circular motion just to blend that in. That's where you get your blending, right? So that that's not a harsh line that you've left there. And it does make it a bit darker, but it makes it really nice. So quick as can be. The umbrella was left white in the picture, so I'll leave it white here. One thing not in the recipe, but certainly in my standard kit, and I'd probably add to this umbrella, is the Wink of Stella to give it a bit of glitter.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right, so we have pieces. This should be very, very easy to put together, just so you can see again. This is the card that we're making. If you have the catalog, you can see it. And it should go very quickly now.
Yes,
So
Peter,
yes, that's something not in the recipe, but you should have your bone folder, which we did.
it's there, but you have it.
I did have it out, yes. Oh, there it is, under the basket. Always good to keep your bone folder handy. Another thing that's not in the recipes, I guess your basic toolkit would have been my stamp cleaner, so I can stamp my I guess I missed that step, but you did see I had the stamp on there, and I would have stamped the fox in the black before I colored him in. Sorry guys, missed a step. Okay, I was a little bit nervous. All right, we got our base, and this piece of paper, which if you remember was on the sheet of DSP, when you cut it out, it actually, I didn't even have to trim it down. It fits absolutely perfectly on there. So we'll see if again, you could use your snail, your tape runner. I like my this glue. It dries clear, and you just need a very little bit. You don't need a lot. And this boho blue color, which is one of our new in colors, is a gorgeous color, right? So that's beautiful already. I need to refer to my card, and we've got the bridge that's going to get glued on here, and I can see that all these little branches are going to go around it.
Yeah, around the post.
Yeah, around. Well, one's going to go behind, so we're going to do this light one in behind first. So I know that it's going to go about there. So I'm going to glue. I need to turn this for a minute. Sorry. Yep, this side. I'm going to glue this right here behind. So just a little bit of the glue. And we're going to glue that right there. And then the rest are going to go in front, so I can glue my bridge down now. So just again, just a little bit. This is where your liquid glue is kind of handy, or we have the adhesive where I could have cut it out and made a sticker. Okay, our nice little bridge. Oh, Denise, don't stick that down quite that hard. I gotta make sure I leave room for him to walk across the bridge. And he's in there too. So I gotta put him in behind the bridge. So this is what I mean. They don't give you step by step. You have to kind of look at the picture or find a demonstrator who can kind of interpret. But remember, you're interpreting. It doesn't have to end up being exactly the way their card was. You can certainly do whatever you want. I think we're going to put a little dimensional pop up on this one right there. Oh, so when your pop-ups, we do have two different sizes of dimensionals. We have a smaller one too, but I didn't bring the smaller one. So there's no reason why you can't cut these into smaller pieces. The whole thing is good all the way around. So we will stick that onto here. I wonder how much of a mess I'm showing to you guys. This is going to be fun to watch back afterwards and see what mess that I created here.
And that's when you mark yourself.
That's what
Good or bad?
Good or bad.
Yeah.
I want that one to go there. Okay, and then that one's going to go down flat. So we basically have 3 on one side of the bridge and 2 on the other, the way I interpret the picture. Could be wrong, but it looks like that to me. And then a couple on the other side. All right. I'm going to glue that down. And one last piece. Not that one. That one.
Actually, it really doesn't need anymore, really. It's quite attractive the way it is.
Yeah. It looks good. Okay. And then it shows us that they took a sentiment out of the stamp set and stamped it on in black on white. So we have "Oh Happy Day" or "Rainy Days Are Better with You." So you might be giving this to a gentleman on a rainy day. How perfect to wake up and maybe give him breakfast in bed and say, "Oh, rainy days are perfect with you."
That's what Mother always said.
So, again, there's no measurements given, so we just kind of have to decide. So I just sort of look at the stamp set and I put it right onto my trimmer. And I see that that sentiment will work with probably a 3/4 inch piece of white. So I will just slice a 3/4 inch piece of white, and I can always, you know, it's white. We can always go back and redo it if that doesn't look good. And then lengthwise, I can see on my trimmer that I need at least 2.5 inches. So we're gonna go 2 3/4 because I can always cut it down after. So we end up going 3/4 of an inch by 2 3/4 to give us this little slip of paper. And with that, we're going to take our Memento black ink, tap, tap, tap. Really don't shake it, don't rock it. Tap, tap, tap. And then, sorry, I'm going to pull it out of the camera view just to try and center it on there. And that looks good. I like that. Happy with that. And then I'm just going to, yes, we have punches that would do banners, but in this case, we're just going to do it the good old, you just cut up the center a little ways in and then cut in from each side. I know that makes some of you crazy and you need to get the ruler out to do that. And if you need to do that, you go right ahead. I like to wing it. And then that is going to go on my dimensionals right there in the corner. So just grab a couple of these pop-ups. So this card, as you can see, does not take long to make. That being said, I don't know how long I've been making this for, but we will find out.
Recipe was so long.
The recipe. And the nice thing is if you won the prize, I don't know what we did with Sue's prize, there it is. You could even add some nice coordinating bling to this. This bling goes with this paper. We're not going to use Sue's bling. All right, so I'll show you what we've, and of course we'll do a verse on the inside, but this is the, oh, you know what we didn't do, and I think it looks fine without it. I was going to add some of that blue ribbon, but that's okay. This is an interpretation. Yeah, it didn't need it, right?
Yeah, especially for a man.
As well, true for a man, yeah. So that is our card. Oh, hope you enjoyed that.
We're back.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, let's see if I can get this to stay tight so we don't fall on the ground and take you for a ride. Oh, this is 1 second, 1 second. Okay, there. Tighten that. Not sure why. There. Okay, that should tighten. Okay. Now we shouldn't fall down on the ground or have to go like this as the camera goes down.
Right. And we hope you saw that really good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was going to say one more thing, which was the recipe book. Like I said, these recipes, it tells you whether the card, the level of degree of difficulty, kind of. Oh, great job. Thank you. So it tells us whether it's, in this case, this was a casual. There's different categories that say casual, avid, and what's the other one? There's one, I think there's a beginner, casual, and avid. So this was about a mid.
You don't have simple.
Well, I think it's, look, I can't find one now when I should have known this before I.
Okay.
Oh, I get an F for this part. Oh, no. I just see avid and casual, avid and casual, avid and casual.
Okay.
But I do think there's a beginner somewhere. I think it's beginner, casual, and avid, because I think this was like a mid-range. That's so funny. That's going to bug me now, guys. I will put it on when I find it. I swear there was 3. Somebody, one of you I'm looking at the comments now. Somebody's gonna shout it out for me. That's so funny. Yep. Well, I'll tell you what. There are a lot of casual and avid cards that you can make from this catalog.
Okay.
And if there is beginner, it's very hard to find. There isn't as many of those in this catalog. Oh, anyways. Oh, beginner. I was right. Okay, there we go. So beginner, casual, and avid. Oh my goodness, that's going to be the next challenge. I'll tell you how many beginner cards there actually is in the catalog.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yes, it's a nice night. Yep.
Nice night. Let us keep those comments coming. We
Yeah.
love the comments.
Right.
And tune in to see what card we make next week. I'll try and post it ahead and so you can
I
follow
don't
along.
think there's any special occasion coming up after Father's Day.
Well, Father's Day isn't yet. Father's Day is later in the month,
then
but we can't celebrate these men every week.
That's true. Okay, we'll find something else. Okay.
There's too many pretty cards.
Yeah. Well, a nice flower garden bed would be nice.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
And
Bye bye, everyone.
you'll see what we find for next week.
And take care.
Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye. This is part.